Hey guys, how's it going? We're now doing the boss fight for Madarame. As you can see, I only have 2 personas, so I am going to run it back, try to grab some more, maybe do a little bit of fusion, just to have a little bit more of a pool of abilities to choose from. And as well as, for whatever reason, during Kamashida's castle, these didn't respawn during the boss confrontation, but they did now. So super easy just to grab a little bit of extra cash, just run through this beginning part. In a couple of these early sections too. For one, like I said multiple times, need a lot of money throughout this run, so you need to grab some extras here. As well as, it's just good to maybe try to level up like one more time, get access to a couple more strong personas, and of course a little bit higher stats for the upcoming fight. But yeah, I'm just going to run through a little bit here, and I'll see you guys at the end.
Let us begin.
All I'm doing here is just making sure I have the right personas for the Confidants later on. So, yeah, just ignore this part.
What if it catches up to you?
Don't underestimate an ex-runner. I'm definitely gonna shake it off.
Hey! There's some weird people over here! Hey! I need some help!
What's the matter?
Is this another portal to an unknown destination?
We don't have time to lose. Just go through it. Now's our chance.
For real? But I guess there's no other way. Is this the courtyard?
I knew it. All that security would have been meaningless if it just led back inside.
It seems we managed to escape their siege.
Meow.
Dude, why is Mona getting excited now of all times?
I just can't take it anymore. Let's take a look at this treasure. Treasure! Huh?
This is the treasure?
Get back!
Whoa!
Meddlesome vermin. Is this what you're looking for?
How dare you try to trap me like some kind of mouse?
So you had a fake prepped, huh?
Counterfeits are accepted in the world of Japanese art.
What made you change like this? Is it because you became famous? Can't you understand how much it pains me to inquire about the crimes of my foster father?
Now that I think back, the only reason why I took you in was due to my ties with your mother. That woman never lost her passion for painting, even after her husband died. Her skills and talents were quite astonishing. That's why I decided to look after her. Your mother and the artwork she created, they're all my works of art.
How low can you sink?
I suppose I can grant you a gift before you die. A glimpse of the genuine Sayuri.
Genuine? That's the real Sayuri? This can't be. Mom!
Huh?
Indeed it is. This was painted by your mother. It's a portrait of herself. The woman who knew her death was coming painted her last wishes for the son she would leave behind. That is the truth behind the mystery of Sayuri's expression.
You stole something that personal?
I knew at first glance. I knew it'd be a huge success if I added a touch to the painting and announced it under my name.
But the baby in the picture. Why did you paint over it?
It was all to stage it. If the babe is erased, the reason for the woman's expression will become a mystery. That is what the general public is drawn to. Each of those parasitic critics wrote the same thing.
I always felt something was off about all this. Now I know what it is. If you really treasured that painting, you wouldn't even think about replicating it for profit. You don't love art at all!
Though you have a real treasure, your true skills are nothing more than those scribbles on that fake.
It makes me laugh, asshole!
So you'll defy me no matter what. Well then, since you're my work of art, Yusuke, I'm going to reap you for the sake of my future. Along with those insolent friends of yours there.
I can't believe you're treating both mother and son like they're objects. You're inhuman!
Fox?
I've heard that you destroy your art once they outlive their usefulness. Did that include my mother as well?
She just so happened to have a seizure in front of me. That's when a thought crossed my mind. If I don't call for help and leave her be, I could obtain her painting without any strings attached.
No. You let her die?
She was physically weak. No one would doubt if she just dropped dead because of a seizure. Above all, Yusuke, didn't you think it was odd that I discovered your talent when you were only 3? The reason why I kept you around was to keep you from realizing the truth behind Sayuri.
You killed her.
The artistic talents you inherited from your mother were a delightful miscalculation, though. If I'm to steal ideas, it's much easier robbing the future of brats who won't talk back than adults. It's thanks to you that I came up with the idea. You have my gratitude.
Yusuke?
I thank you, Madarame. Every reason for me to forgive you has disappeared without a trace at this very moment. You aren't some rotten artist. You're a despicable fiend who wears the skin of an artist.
All you good-for-nothings barging into my museum and doing whatever the hell you want. Those who have the connections make the rules. Those who don't, follow them. Not to mention, the value of art is all subjective. I make the rules of the art scene. I am the supreme being. I am the god of the art world.
This isn't good. Get back!
Now, let's begin, you vermin.
You use others for your own despicable desires, Madarame. You aren't even worth the art you create.
Joker,
Let's go.
So this is a really cool fight. This is one of my favorite bosses in the game. And I cannot tell you how many times I died to him when I first played him because of how impossible he was. However, the trick is, so the way it works, his eyes absorb magic and his mouth absorbs physical attacks. So the trick is actually just to damage everything but his mouth, because you can do, you can immediately kill stuff if you use AoE physical attacks. And Ryuji thankfully can learn that multi-hit physical attack move, as well as Yusuke, who can hit multiple people at once. So just do that to immediately kill everything, except the mouth. And even if he brings back other pictures, they have such low health you can usually immediately knock them back down anyway. So yeah, just hit as many, and Yusuke with that extra sword does extreme damage. He does so much. And yeah, I definitely should have just used... I haven't really figured out at this point yet that physical attacks are just significantly stronger, like the Persona physical attacks that use your HP. So you definitely want to make sure you're using those as much as possible. I also should have just gotten rid of his bonus attack earlier.
Guess you are good for something.
But yeah, this is a really cool fight. And the original fight just featured these paintings, and they would just keep coming back. The second half of this fight is new. It looks like all fights are new now for the Royal, which is kind of cool. But yeah, just your first priority, just knock everything with the mouth down, then just slowly take it out over time. I also forget to buy healing in between a lot of these boss fights, so I'm a little stuck for that. But otherwise, yeah, now that he's significantly weakened, make sure you always prioritize Joker's healing, because if he gets downed, you just immediately lose the game. So that's really important. But yeah, definitely should be using Giant Slice, just to make sure they stay down, and then just hit him with magic. One thing I do want to say, if you are going through the palaces before the boss fights, you definitely want to make sure you're not low on SP. Like, Joker's kind of low on SP because of how much I used him earlier. So you do got to be a little careful for that, but otherwise, you know, it's not too big of a deal. And then just blast him with as much magic as possible. Yeah. not a big deal as long as you've taken out the other eyes and nose.
Color changing. We should be cautious.
Let's go.
Thanks, Morgana. Yeah, Anna's still super useful,
Like the look of this.
just because of her high magic stat. So after you debuff the painter's mouth, you honestly should probably be hitting him with fire from on. And yeah, after you take a gamble there, he does manage to just barely kill him. But I probably should have just
There. I appreciate it.
probably should just use a bigger cut for my HP. But it didn't matter. And now we will engage phase 2, or about to. In preparation for that, I'm just buffing Ryuji's attack.
Paint coating attack is a. What's the plan?
Just ignore it, because he's about to die. Doesn't matter at all.
Let's try covering him with paint.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Because his face is dead.
Madarame.
Damn it! I'm the great Madarame! The Madarame who gathers a full crowd every time he opens an exhibit! I'm not someone that worthless brats like you are allowed to defy!
Enough of your egotistic ranting. Taste the wrath of all those you preyed upon.
I'm the great artist, Madarame! If you brats can't fathom that, then you'll witness it for yourselves! Behold, my mastercraft!
So now for the second half, he will engage in true fakes, which is new.
He made copies of himself? I see. Creating duplicates is his specialty.
So the way it works is, if you've ever played Final Fantasy X, elements cancel each other out. So fire beats ice, ice beats fire, and then lightning beats wind, and wind beats lightning. I forgot this at the start, so I don't immediately start doing this. Like, because wind kind of has different properties, I wasn't entirely sure if it would be weak to lightning. It is. Yeah, just to be on the safe side, I hit everybody with some physical attacks. Which is okay, but you obviously want to be hitting each other's weakness, hitting all of their weaknesses. Yeah, I'm just trying to deal out as much AoE damage. You can obviously very easily chain fire into ice, and then so on and so forth. You just have to make sure someone has the wind ring, which we got earlier, to replace Morgana's wind to hit with the electricity. So yeah. Other than that, once you take them all out, as long as you take them all out before it's Madarame's turn, he won't do anything else besides spawn more. So you can just keep chaining that until the battle's over, and that's really it for this one. The only real struggle should be with the first half. The second half is not that bad at all.
Stop this! Is this how you show your gratitude to the man who raised you?
Silence! Don't waste your breath.
Disappear from my sight without a trace, like dust scattered in the wind. Damn brats!
And so, as you can see, his moves are renamed, even though they're the same moves as before. So, like, normally it's like Magaru for AoE wind, like Miragi is AoE fire, but if he uses those same moves, he's plagiarized them and has changed the name, which is just a very interesting little detail, I thought. Very, very cool. So yeah, as long as you're hitting everyone and destroying them and slowly dealing damage to the real Madarame, that's pretty much the whole fight. Something else that's really interesting too is it seems like every boss near the end will eventually have their dark desire turn against them. So like in the first one, we saw that Kamoshida treated people like slaves, and he ran out of slaves, and then was unable to do anything. In this one, we see that Madarame is forging fakes, but eventually his luck will run out. As you'll see a little bit later in the fight. He can only do it so much. When he gets low on health, the fakes start just having a single hit point, and at that point, the fight's pretty much over. So just a cool little detail they've added, that all these guys, their hubris comes back to bite them, so to speak. So just a cool little detail. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, just keep wailing on him, and once you get the rhythm down of destroying his fakes, it should be really easy to not, like I made multiple mistakes, unfortunately, throughout this fight, because I didn't immediately start using their weaknesses, but if you start doing that, you shouldn't have any problems. So, yeah, and that's about it, and then I'll just let the rest of this fight play through.
Let's go. Goemon, strike!
Oh, nice one, Fox.
Get them.
Pass
Okay.
it on to the second person.
Persona!
No. What's the plan?
Persona!
Persona! Sudama! Go down!
3 enemies knocked down. Nice one, Joker.
Yo,
All right, pass the baton and follow up.
Persona! Let's go,
Get
Captain!
it, Skull.
Oh, you!
Pass it on to the second person.
This is my other self. I lend it.
This one!
Let's go.
Damn it! Damn it! Stop it, you brats! Or else...
You think we'll be daunted by such threats?
Hey, something seems wrong. Could he have...
What? I, the great Madarame, made an error?
So this is the true limit of your skill. How infantile to think you'd fail to produce even one of your counterfeits. Please, don't disappoint me any further. Let's go. Ravage them! Go ahead.
Not over yet. Persona. Carmen.
Enough of this!
You're mine.
Joker! Are you okay? Joker, you're hurt! Don't get reckless now!
Persona! Some other way. Okay.
Joker's on fire! We can't take much more of this!
Captain
You
Kid!
did it, Skull!
Get it!
Alright,
This is mine.
pass the baton and follow up!
This is my other self. Goemon!
Oh, nice one, Fox!
Let's go. I lend it. Persona! Yours now.
Pass it on to the second person! Persona! Go! Fox, your health is low. Watch out!
Let's go.
Joker's on fire!
Who's
we can't
next?
take much more of this!
Out of the way! I leveled up.
The persona has gained new power.
No one cares for true art. All they want are easily recognizable brands. I'm a victim in this too. Wouldn't you agree?
Excuses now?
The art world revolves around money after all. You can't rise up without any money. Yusuke, you understand, don't you? Being a poor artist is truly miserable. I just didn't want to return to that life.
A fiend like you has no right to speak about the world of art. You're done for. Along with this whole wretched world!
No, please! Just don't kill me!
Return to yourself in reality and confess your crimes. All of them.
You're not going to kill me?
Swear it!
All right! All right! What about the other one, though? The one with the black mask?
Huh?
I don't have any energy left to pull such petty tricks.
A black mask? Wait, who's he talking about?
It can't be. There was another intruder besides us within this palace?
There's no time! Hurry!
Get on!
Hey, Yusuke, what should I do?
Put an end to all this and use your own artwork for once.
Yusuke!
No, wait, please! Yusuke! Yusuke!
The destination has been deleted.
It would be bad if people started getting suspicious of us. We should leave at once.
Yusuke, come on!
Right. Goodbye, Sensei.
I guess the mission was a success. All that's left is to see if he had a change of heart or not. Ah, so bitter! Why'd you get it black?
The Sayuri.
You're not gonna get all teary-eyed and say stuff like, Mom, are ya?
To think that this painting was the source of Madarame's distorted desires. The only saving grace is that my mother won't know of what transpired.
The genuine painting at his atelier has been altered after all. Ironic as it may be, this one here is her true self-portrait now.
It's a wonderful painting. And although it took some time, it's in your hands now, Yusuke.
I'm thankful for it. However, it's impossible for this painting to be acknowledged by society anymore. No. I doubt it's the name of any woman in particular. I bet it was to make it more mysterious. Just a part of Madarame's foolish staging.
Well, it would have been obvious that he plagiarized it if he had used the real name.
So, this is my mother. There's no way that I would remember her face clearly, but I was right about the rush of emotion I felt when I saw this painting.
Stop that!
You're so vulgar, Ryuji.
So, what are you gonna do now? We're gonna keep targeting big shots.
Why do you do such things?
It's to get back at scumbags and, like, society in general. We also want to give courage to the people that are suffering because of selfish adults.
Courage, huh? What good does that do? You mean the courage to stand up for themselves, correct? Will acquiring that make them happy?
Yeah, there's no knowing whether it'll turn out good for everyone or not. Still, we won't know unless we give it a try.
In other words, it all depends on the person, And the same can be said about myself right now. I also suffered because of an adult's selfish act. Moreover, if we investigate these palaces, it may expand my artistic repertoire.
You really only think about art, huh? You're impressive.
Well, I won't take part in any inelegant plans, all right?
No worries, I've got us covered. Plus, we have a rule that says we always have to decide on a target unanimously.
How about it, Joker? We can give our calling cards a lot more oomph if we have Yusuke on our team.
Then, would you prefer I dress as a woman?
Please don't.
At any rate, I'm curious. Another intruder besides us, huh?
Our only clue's a black mask, so that doesn't necessarily mean it's just one person, right?
But there's no way to check anymore. The palace is gone.
I'll try probing Madarame. I may be able to learn something from him.
Are you sure? I mean,
I'll contact you all if anything turns up.
we should probably exchange our contact info with you then.
An artist and a phantom thief. Well, it seems I'll be engaging in 2 trades from here on. Very well. You only live once, after all. Still, the incident about this other intruder does concern me a little.
Not only have we dealt with our second big target, we even have a new addition to the team. Goodness, things are going so well. Aww. If only I could make a certain stupid Ryuji learn from you. But I have to say, you sure are something special. This is our 5th persona user. It'll help broaden our battle strategies as well. Besides, having an eye for beauty is a must for Phantom Thieves. We're lucky to have Yusuke. An artist is a talent you rarely come across. I mean, he is a bit strange, but still. An artist, huh? What kind of person do you think I was? There's no way I'd turn out to be some bad guy in the end, right? I get so engrossed with the embodiment of human desires. And that's not all. When it comes to the metaverse, I'm the only one who can transform into a car. I'm special, but it's still odd. Who could I actually be? Will you give it a rest? That's definitely not the case. What a half-assed answer. Well, there's no way a dashing, honorable rogue like me could be evil. A man who saves those in trouble in the West, while punishing evildoers who may lurk in the East. A man who chastises people that smoke inside in the South, while saving bullied cats in the North. A man who has a sturdy body, and vows to always do one good deed a day, be it rain or shine. I'm that kind of ideal person. Or so I hope. So if I turn back to being human, surely she'll take notice of me, won't she? Well, that's true, but... where should I go when I become human? I wonder where she'd like to go. An amusement park, a movie theater, a fancy cafe, shopping. What do you think?
All right.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Nice. Well then.
You have expelled one who was stained in vanity. You are...
Our master is pleased. You should be honored, inmate.
However, that man's remarks are concerning. It seems another has made their way into the metaverse. That is beyond my knowledge. But your rehabilitation is progressing smoothly. That is for certain. May the devotion to your rehabilitation grow even deeper. I have high hopes for you.
All right.
It's Kitagawa. I'm calling about Madarame's state. For the time being, he hasn't suffered a mental shutdown. Other than that, his demeanor seems to have softened a bit. Is that the change of heart? I see. I was curious and looked into Kamoshida as well. It's as if he was an entirely different person. Will the same be true for Sensei? I'm sorry to have taken your time. That's all I wanted to tell you. Good... Oh, I'll try asking him about the black-masked intruder from the palace when the time is right. Goodbye then. This time for sure.
Yeah.
In the end.
Jeez. Do you know the answer?
This is it.
Well done.
Nice going! Yep. Oh yeah, actually. Hey, wait! Hey! Okay, let's go.
I should write something.